Windy Bill here, and today we are out in Armagosa Valley. And this is actually in California. And Armagosa Valley today is known for extremely large dairy farms. A lot of hay, alfalfa, grass feed is grown out here. And they've got a very large dairy, and they ship millions of gallons of milk out. And it's always been, since the 20s, a farming community based upon dairies. And they had very good dairies, very large dairies, a lot of small dairies. And life was good. That is, until January 27th, 1951. Let everybody kind of think about that date for a second. So what happened then? On January 27th, 1951, the United States B-50 bomber dropped a nuclear warhead from nearly 20,000 feet up into the air on Frenchman's Flats. Well, it's going to be hard to see because I can't zoom in, but we'll give a better look at it in a few minutes. If you see those hills over there, in the valley of those hills is Frenchman's Flats. Today, it's known as the Nevada Test Site. And this bomb dropped and exploded above Earth. It was an above ground test, and it exploded at 1,060 feet above the Earth. So that would be up in the air pretty far. This is an atomic bomb. That's maybe 30 miles away. I'm going to walk up here and stand in the shade. It's 114 out here, by the way, today. Oh, much better. Okay. Now, back then, when I still lived in the high desert of California, my sister was very good friends with this older couple because they all raised goats for the milk. And they used to tell the story. They were out here. They owned a dairy out here. And they owned it for years and years, worked it, newlywed couple, started up the dairy, and lived out here. And they were out here when the tests went off. At first, the military kept coming out and telling them, oh yeah, we're going to do this test. You guys will be fine, there's no problems. The morning of the test, far before sunup, early, military came by, ransacked them out of their houses, had them get in the trucks. They drove them all the way to Death Valley Junction area. And from there, they were issued goggles, and they literally watched the blast. And she said that from where they were, they could feel the heat of the blast. And so it gives you an idea of what the heat range was. Okay, I'm going to move to a different location. I'm being ate up by flies because of all the dairies. I'll come back to you when I'm at a new location. Okay, Windy Build here again, and we've moved about 15 miles closer to the test site. For everybody that's kind of curious, do you remember where they was going to bury all the nuclear waste here in Nevada? Well, that would have been in those hills right there. And the tunnels are dug and it's semi-built, it's ready to go. But we're not using it because of contamination. Instead, they are still shipping all that nuclear waste to the test site. There they are putting it in shipping containers, digging big holes and burying it in the ground. I know, don't make sense. Okay, but back on our storyline. So, 1951 they had the blast and they could feel the heat. Not that far away. And then when it was all over with, they sent them all back home as usual. And they continued working, letting the cattle out, letting them eat, letting them graze, milking them. And all that milk went primarily to schools in the Las Vegas area and beyond. They transported that milk to the schools. Think about this. How much radioactive exposure did that area get? We knew nothing about it back then. You know, we had people, the military would take people, and they had whole platoons of people marching towards the drop site during the blast. They had 5 Army personnel standing directly below the blast site when it went off on one of the tests. So we didn't know what was going on. And of course, life is, in the military, life is disposable. Okay, so those people had to move from out here into the closer to San Bernardino, so they chose the high desert of California in order to get cancer treatment at the county hospital. It was one of the top, that and Loma Linda was the top cancer treatment facilities. Both those people that had their dairy out here, they died of cancer in their 50s. They looked like they were in their 70s. They were old. They looked very old. A lot of their friends had died from cancer. So that tells me something was goofy. So then we fast forward 50 years. As I say, fast forwarding 50 years, and over 800 nuclear blasts, roughly half above ground, half below ground, was set off. It was proven that Las Vegas was heavily contaminated by some of these blasts, especially the first one. Contamination was registered and recorded as far away as in Death Valley at the ranch from this blast, and also from one of the other ones. Really hard information. You got to dig really deep to get all this. But the wind currents from Frenchman's Flats flow directly over Utah. And that's where most of the large cancer cases really developed. Deformed babies, cancer, all sorts of problems. So we're living in a radioactive world. And how much contamination is still left after 50 years? It's a good question. We're only probably 3 miles from the borderline of the test site. And Frenchman Flats is just up in the canyon there. Give you an idea how close it was. Probably wasn't much at this location. We're at Highway 95 at the road that leads from Armagosa to the highway. We're at the roadside rest, stopping, taking a short break. Then we're going to get back in the car and travel some more. Like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing a whole series on Nevada nuclear testing. By the way, if people think that, oh, it was all confined to the test site, no, it was not. There was 4 other test locations here in Nevada where we set off nuclear bombs all underground that highly contaminated the area and the soil and the water. This one here is 800 test sites. The other were just single and double tests. Again, we can find the locations, we can research, Freedom of Information Act, but what the government wants to hide, they do. And I'll be honest, they hide a lot. And I can't say that I blame them in a way because of military secrets. But sometimes they try to just hide the responsibility. Okay, thank you for watching very, very much. Again, you have a great and blessed day. And we will see you all on the next video of the exploring we do. Hopefully it'll cool down a little bit pretty soon. I got some cloud cover right now. It went down to 109 from 114. It's still hot. So, have a great time. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. We need to get 10,000 subscribers. We're almost at 100, and we're going to have a giveaway at 100. It's going to be from one of these nuclear reactor, nuclear test site, atomic bombs videos I make out. There's a lot to be done. And we're going to have a nice, probably an REI gift card. Thank you. Have a great day.